Yeah, it pains me. It pains me to turn off some classic Bee Gees, Staying Alive, but it's 5:30, so I have to make the hard choices. So here we are. Let's get it rolling.
All right.
You guys are ready?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. Let's go.
So let me share my screen here and I will kick off the slide presentation and I will turn it over to my lovely executive director to do the heavy work to get us rolling.
Good. All right, so welcome everybody to the Healthy Communities Pitch Contest, which is sponsored by Falmouth Road Race. So glad that you're here. I'm Kristen Marshall. I'm the Executive Director of Entrepreneurship for All Cape Cod. And
I'm Amanda Kaiser. I'm the Program Manager for E for All Cape Cod. And I'm so excited to be doing this with you guys tonight. So a couple of tips for anybody who's not super familiar with Zoom. If you're not actively speaking, it's helpful if you can mute because that helps minimize background noise and distractions. The chat box is open, and so you guys are welcome to use the chat to talk to each other, to share encouragement and excitement. You can turn your camera on and off. We'd love to see your smiling faces because it gives us some interaction here, but you can also feel free to turn it off if you want to. This is a contest, but it is Shark Tank without the teeth. So you can go ahead and you can unmute after somebody's done, cheer, make some noise. I want the neighbors to be curious about what's going on at your house because you're making so much noise. So get after it, in a virtual environment. That audio is how we know that you're still awake. So don't be shy. We are recording tonight's contest, so just so you're aware, this is a recorded session. Kristen, what is E for All? Tell the people.
all right, so E for All is a 501c3 nonprofit organization. And what kind of our big marquee statement is that we help launch 30 businesses on Cape Cod a year. So we're an economic development through entrepreneurship focused organization here on the Cape.
Brag about these stats, Kristen. I know you want to.
Yes, and so each year through our Accelerator, so every fall and every spring, we invite up to 15 locals to launch their business or nonprofit through our free programming. And so these stats are through our 2018 program launch with a small crew through the end of last year. And at that time, we had launched 58 startups that had then created 73 jobs. And last year's revenue through those companies was $1.5 million. It's pretty exciting to see the numbers start to grow, and it only will exponentially grow as we launch more companies and those companies grow themselves. These are kind of baby companies right now.
And we love all of our babies.
Yeah.
Overall, on the entire E for All footprint, which is throughout Massachusetts and beyond into Colorado, into Rhode Island, and continuing to expand, our focus continues to be on helping everyone to succeed, including people who typically do not have access to some of the same resources. So for the businesses started through E for All, overall, 75% of them are owned by women, 25% by people of color, 25% by immigrant owned, and 67% of our alumni were previously unemployed. So people who were in a position where they weren't in the job market or weren't able to find what they needed to be able to move their lives forward were able to start their own ventures through E for All. So pretty exciting. Behind all of those numbers are real lives and real people. And so it's really exciting to see the impact that this has for folks. Kristen, you want to talk a little bit about this one?
Yep. So as one might expect, the folks that head through the E for All Accelerator program are from a variety. They're in a variety of kind of different business sectors. But the one sector that kind of wins them all, we have 43% of the folks that go through our accelerator in the services, quite a bit of food, quite a bit of retail, and you'll see some of these tonight too, is that we also launch nonprofits. So we do for-profit organizations as well as nonprofit organizations. Okay. And a huge thank you to our sponsors. So, you know, these are the folks that make the program possible. As I said, we're a 501c3. And so we rely on donors to make all of this possible and free for the entrepreneurs. So we'd like to thank Mass Growth Capital Corporation, the State of Massachusetts Executive Office of Housing and Economic Development. That was an urban agenda grant. The Cape Cod Foundation, the Barnstable County Economic Development Council. So that was their license plate grant fund. So anytime you see one of those license plates with a lighthouse on it, that money goes towards economic development. And Rockland Trust, as well as Falmouth Road Race.
I don't know what this is.
And also want to give a big shout out and thank you to Bank 5. Bank 5 has dedicated $25,000 this year, next year, and the following year to E4All Cape Cod. So it's a huge partnership and a big win for us. So thanks to Bank 5.
So let's talk about rules of the game. How's this all going to go down? So our contestants have 2.5 minutes to tell us their brilliant idea. And they have some specific criteria that they're going to try and cover during that time period. They're aware of what it is. After their 2.5 minutes, they're also going to get 60 seconds where the judges panel is going to be able to ask them a question or two. They will also get some timing prompts. So they'll have their 2.5 minutes and somewhere in there, they'll hear something along the lines of 60 seconds left. And that's their cue that they have a little bit of time left. We also want to give our judges panel a little bit of time to make some notes in between the contestants. So there'll be some commercial breaks between there, and Kristen and I will sort of tap dance and give you some information on some stuff that's going on, either with us or with the community. And then at the end of the night, we are going to award some cash. So prompts it halfway, Kristen, is that what we're doing? And 30 seconds up and then time's up?
Yep.
All right. And will they be hearing that from you, Kristen?
They will be. Yep.
All right. So you'll hear Kristen's velvety tones telling you what your timing is.
Yeah. And so I'll speak, and entrepreneurs, please just kind of barrel through as best as you can. I'll just kind of halfway ignore me, but know that I said something.
And entrepreneurs, don't forget, if you've given us a slide, if you've given us more than one slide, you need to give us a prompt to tell us when to change the slide. It does take a couple seconds, which can feel like an eternity when you're speaking. So just know I am listening and I will advance your slides as long as you tell me to. But give me a couple of seconds just in case there's a little delay, because sometimes there is. We talked a little bit about the judges and their ability to deliberate and give some prizes, but there's also a fan favorite that is up for grabs tonight. So you, our audience members, are going to help us award $500. While the judges are back deliberating, we're going to have some conversation here. They're going to come back in, but before we announce their results, you guys are going to have an opportunity to vote for who you want to have the money. Because the judges deliberate separately from the audience, there is the possibility that someone can win both a judge's cash award and a fan favorite award. So we'll see how the night unfolds. But let's talk about our judges. Kristen, why don't you kick us off there?
Introducing Mike Dillon. He is retired in June of 2020, concluding a 34-year career with PricewaterhouseCoopers. While at PwC, Mike worked mostly with technology sector clients, accumulating extensive experience related to mergers and acquisitions and accounting and auditing. In 2016, he was selected to serve a 3-year term on the firm's senior leadership team as Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer. As Chief Diversity and Inclusion Officer, Mike reported to the U.S. CEO and served as a member of the firm's senior leadership team. He drove strategy and initiatives to create an inclusive work culture for over 50,000 employees at PwC. Mike currently serves on the boards and executive committees of the Trevor Project and the Commons in Provincetown. He served previously as a board member for the San Francisco AIDS Foundation, the United Way of the Bay Area, Project Open Hand, and GLAAD. Mike lives in San Francisco, California, and Provincetown, Massachusetts. If you could unmute and help me welcome Mike. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Welcome, Mike.
Thank you.
And I'll kick it over to Kai for Jane's intro.
All right. So Jane Ward is a passionate advocate for promotion of better health through the built environment. She completed a 26-year U.S. Air Force career as a flight surgeon, ophthalmologist, and consultant to the Surgeon General. She completed a master's degree in physical activity and public health at George Washington University. As her Master's of Public Health independent study, Jane rode her bike from Key West, Florida to San Francisco, California, with 3 other women to promote healthy communities through improved community design for safe cycling and walking. Dr. Ward has been an active community green building advocate and educator involved in sustainability planning for the cities of San Antonio and Washington, D.C. She serves today as a volunteer member of the Town of Barnstable Infrastructure and Energy Committee. Please unmute and help me welcome Dr. Jane Ward.
Welcome, Dr. Ward.
Welcome.
Next up, we have Ellen Gage. Ellen is a resident of Centerville and can be generally found in the woods, at the CrossFit gym, or in the backyard with her pup. To pay the bills, Ellen works as a behavior analyst at the New England Center for Children in collaboration with Barnstable High School and serves 11 wonderful students with autism through the partner program. She also helps coach the Barnstable High School swim team. If you could unmute and help me welcome Ellen. Thanks, Ellen.
Thanks, Ellen.
And finally, we have Chris Vegala. Chris is a software engineer working for Boston-based Validity.com, a maker of data validation and management tools that improve the efficiency and effectiveness of sales and marketing systems. Chris lives in Sandwich and works out of Cape Space's Mashpee location. Welcome, Chris.
Yeah, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Chris.
Thank you. Hi, Chris.
So we are excited to have a distinguished panel of judges tonight. Thank you so much for being part of this. We're going to have some fun. So just so you know, in case you get nervous, you will see this slide on occasion. You can absolutely, when you see this slide, unmute and make some noise. This is so you have a physical prompt, but you don't have to wait for this, right? So if you see this, it's a test. Are you paying attention? If you are, unmute and make some noise. But if you feel inspired, feel free to do it without this. So,
Yeah.
let's test it.
Yeah.
Woo!
All right, come on. No, I'm sorry. The neighbors are not curious about what's going on at your house. I need you to try again. Unmute and make some noise.
Yeah.
All right, great. All right, I love it. So let's get started. We're going to start with Sean Parker of Vanguard Skills. Sean, you're up.
Good evening. My name is Sean Parker, and I want to be a teacher when I grow up. Yeah, I've got 15 years of teaching experience. I earned my doctorate in education, and I still love teaching and learning. Vanguard Skills is my baby. Vanguard Skills is a learning and gaming center located directly across from Barnstable High School. It is a safe, enriching environment. There are 6th through 12th graders after school till 6 p.m. when parents get off of work. There are fruit juices and healthy snacks, $12.75 in store credits, so everybody can join all the reindeer games, including Magic the Gathering tournaments. And then there's a game library and a painting kitchen. So if a student wants to save up their store credit, they don't need to buy anything. They just grab a game from the game library or paint a miniature in the kitchen. There are 3 game rooms. The largest houses comfortably 26 gamers, and then there's 16 gamers in the middle room, and then 8 gamers in the smaller room. But also, if a student's having a bad day and they just need to take some time to collect themselves, we've got a chill out room with beanbag chairs and magazines. Vanguard Skills is a safe space. So if you're a parent and you're looking for a landing spot for your kid after school, if your kid's an athlete, then they've got practice and coaches and teammates, a community, a safety net. But if your kid is a gaming geek, they're sort of left on their own. So they're left on their own, and teenagers, what could go wrong? But now they've got Vanguard Skills. They've got the after-school game theory workshop across the street. And there are 2,500 students at Barnstable High School and Barnstable Intermediate School. Now, if 150 cross the street once a week or 75 twice a week, then my bills are covered. utilities, taxes, insurance, maintenance, and cleaning. And there's a little left over for myself. But I'm not in this to make a fortune. I'm in this to make a living and build a community. I want to give as many scholarship seats away as possible. So if I win prize money tonight, if I am so blessed, every single penny will go to scholarships. And so the scholarship rate is $20 a session instead of $30. So if I win $20, that's one scholarship session. If I win $1,000, that's 50 scholarship sessions. And that's the whole enchilada. That's a safe, enriching environment, healthy snacks, store credit, a game library, and painting kitchen. But most of all, it is community and the safety net. That's being hard skills. I'm Sean. Thank you very much. Good night.
Good job.
Get up for Sean.
Thank you.
Love that.
Excellent. So at this time, I will now ask the judges, if you have any questions, go ahead and send me your question marks. And it looks like I'm going to set we have 1 minute of questions after each. And it looks like the first question goes over to Mike. Mike.
Sean, thank you. This is really interesting, and I get the whole community, providing community for these kids after school. Just a quick question on the feasibility. Will there be any regulatory legal issues around accepting someone for a session? Do they have to stay the whole 3 hours? Are you accountable for these students if this is chosen as kind of like an after school support for parents?
Yeah, I'm certainly accountable for these students. I'm a teacher, and I've got safety cameras in every single room, and they
John, you just went on mute.
You're on mute.
Gets back.
I'm sorry, I gave a really great answer. Did you catch any of that? Or did I was muted the whole time? Yeah, I can't hear anything.
You're
But anyway.
responsible as a teacher. That's as far as we got.
Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I am responsible as a teacher. There are safety cameras in every single room. Kids don't have to stay till 6 p.m. They can stay till their parents pick them up or their assigned guardians, somebody who has permission through family ID. Yes, safety is my #1 priority, protecting kids. That's what I'm here for.
Thank you.
Excellent. So that is the time. Thanks, Mike. Thanks, Sean. So while our judges work on adding their feedback into the software, we'll have kind of little small commercial breaks during each of these times. And we do want to introduce our partner tonight. So E4All helps launch new businesses, and our strategic partner eForever helps them grow and thrive. And so tonight we want to introduce you to someone from eForever. Catherine, are you here?
Hi, I'm here.
All right, I'll kick it over to you.
Thank you. Thanks so much, both Amanda and Kristen, for having me tonight. I'm actually substituting for Will Rubenstein, who is our executive community director for the Cape Cod groups that we have. So just to tell you, and I also want to just take a minute to thank the sponsors of this event today and all of the participants who are so dedicated to healthy communities. I think this is just fantastic, and I'm working towards, changing my schedule so I could stay on and see who wins. This is really exciting. Entrepreneurs Forever is a non-for-profit organization and has partnered with E4All a little over a year now. Actually, probably more than a little over, probably like a year and a half at least now. And we have 3 peer groups that meet once a month for 2 hours to give entrepreneurs like you a chance to work on your business versus in your business. So allowing and giving yourself the gift of getting away from everything that you're doing and being able to spend 2 hours once a month with people who are in the same position that you're in, whether you're a solo entrepreneur or you're a business owner that has a couple employees. We're here to help you work together in your peer group to take your business to the next level, whatever that might be for you. And so I wanted to say too that membership with us is actually valued at about $1,000 a year for each participant. But that is given and provided to our members for absolutely for free based on the fact that we have a great partnership with E4All, and the community in general has provided the funding to make this happen for entrepreneurs. So whether it's you or someone you know or someone you patronize, and you recognize that there's an opportunity to get together and get some support and work on the business, we would love to talk with you. We have 3 groups running right now in Cape Cod, and we have 3 spots that are open right now for members. The other thing I want to mention is Will's contact information is on this slide, and I'll also share in the chat just a link to our website so that if you have any other questions or you just want to check us out, you can see it. There's a great event that's coming up next Friday, the 12th of November. And we do a little 30-minute exercise with everybody that has maybe some interest or some would like a little bit of understanding a little more about who we are and what we're doing and how we support entrepreneurs. We call it Caffeinate Your Company. It's just a great way to sort of energize your Friday morning, get together with some other folks and talk a little bit about your business. And we do a little exercise that's super fun. So I'll put in the link as well, just an opportunity to register for that event if you have any interest. And again, thank you so much. This is my first commercial I've ever done. So I feel, and this is recorded. So
You're killing it.
for real.
Good job. Good commercial. And we love
You
Will.
nailed it, Catherine.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
And Sean's right. We do love Will. All right. So thank you, Catherine, for telling us a little bit about that. For anybody who's interested, Catherine's going to drop some of that information in the chat. You can click the link and play along at home if you would like. But we are ready to start on to our next person. So Katie, can you tell us about learning core values through play?
Yeah, thank you. Hi, everyone. My name's Katie. I have started a program that is learning core values through play. So what I do is I go into a community. I work with the community to identify either their already known core values or establish some new core values. Then we work together to create activities that are appropriate for their community, whether it be students, employees, team members, and we spend a day playing. And so through play, we can create an environment that is high energy, highly engaging, and safe with low, I can't think of the word right now, low impact. So that the participants feel like they want to explore, try new things, go outside their comfort zone. And then when you're in that playful space and you've let your guard down, you're able to make memorable connections to the core values that we're trying to address.
Okay.
Then
Halfway.
so through those activities, we can create a really strong foundation of play and a stronger group community. I have run days of play with groups such as Duffy Healthcare, sports teams, and I'm currently working with a group of 93 8th graders to run a 2-day program of play. If I was fortunate enough to win a prize tonight, it would really help me to get all of the materials that it takes to run a day of play. So things like markers and sticky notes and papers and things that go missing when you work with groups of people or just run out. And the more supplies that I can have to be successful for the more participants, the better. So that is my program.
Let's give it up for
Love
Kate.
it.
Thank
Woo!
Thank you, Katie. Woo!
Good job, Katie.
Nice.
Right. So at this time, I'll ask the judges if you have any questions. Shoot me the question mark in the chat, and I'll pass it over to you. Looks like Ellen.
Have to remember to unmute. Okay, so this might be, thank you, first of all, but I hope this isn't too large of a question, but I love that you mentioned some of the audiences you've already worked with, because one of my questions was kind of who your target audience is. And I guess my question is it is it the same program that's kind of scalable to a diverse crew, or are you doing different things with each organization that you work with?
Yeah, so I have a background in camp and school, and so I've kind of drawn on a bunch of and Project Adventure. So I have a large grid, and what I do is I sit with the group and we talk about like, okay, you want to work with team building, so we're going to put a lot of team challenges forward. And so we go through my graph, and like it may be with this 8th grade group, we're working on community building, respect, empathy. And so we're kind of channeling it a little bit differently. So there's activities that are designed to like incorporate everybody in your group because of different strengths. So
Yep. All right.
All right. And that looks like we have reached 1 minute and 20. So that concludes that. Thank you so much.
So while the judges are writing down their notes, Kristen, can you tell us a little bit about the Falmouth Road Race?
Yeah, we just want to make a special shout out to the Falmouth Road Race, which is the sponsor for this evening. They have underwritten the prize money that is going out to the folks today, and with the theme of healthy communities, because that's near and dear to the Falmouth Road Race's heart. And so we're just delighted to partner with them and to hear from local entrepreneurs, their ideas for businesses and nonprofits within that healthy communities theme. However, they have interpreted that. So big thanks to Falmouth Road Race.
Awesome. Thank you, Kristen.
Yeah.
All right. So we are going to invite our next contestant, and that is Marie McHugh. Blue blood saves lives. Horseshoe Crab, MD. Okay, Marie, you're still muted though. You need to unmute for us. And then start from the beginning.
All right. Hello, this is my mother's story and how it has become mine. Enamored by this wild prehistoric marine animal, my mother Claire started a business called Limulus polyphemus the summer of 2011. She received a patent for her horseshoe crab inspired haiku cards and had t-shirts designed and made for the whole family. Just then, though, she became very ill with stage 4 pancreatic cancer, and tragically we lost our beloved Claire in 6 weeks. So I've sat with Limulus polyphemus wondering how to bring her idea to light. But now I have an inspiration. The horseshoe crab is woefully underappreciated, for it is the hardest working, most fascinating creature of the sea, and it is the physician of the sea. It's on the vulnerable list, which is one step away from the threatened list. And here's the problem for us humans. The horseshoe crab is in jeopardy and needs a hand now. If you've ever had any medical shot, vaccine, IV bag, prosthetic, surgery, you can thank the 500 million year young horseshoe crab. The horseshoe crab's baby blue blood has healed each and every one of us. Its sky blue blood becomes LAL, Limulus ambisite lysate, which tests each batch of COVID-19 vaccine distributed throughout the world. Their blue blood is even up in space right now, protecting the astronauts. Their 10 eyes are responsible for scientific breakthrough on human eye research, resulting in a Nobel Prize. Their skin, the chitin, is used to make dissolvable sutures for those with painful skin grafts and burns. My intention is to get this story out via interpretive signs on the Cape's 170 beaches, similar to like signs, to inspire people to be supportive of the research and to learn something really cool. Partnerships with towns, nature centers, schools, and medical organizations can be made with sponsorship of a sign at their neighborhood beach where their horseshoe crab neighbors live. Sign cost estimates are minimal compared to their cultural and educational value. Now is the horseshoe crab's moment. This is a Cape Cod story. The blue blood and eye discoveries happened right in Woods Hole circa the 50s and 60s and dovetails well with the blue economy. My signs will give visitors from all over the world new appreciation for the multiple medical gifts they've received from the horseshoe crab, previously unbeknownst to them. If we are to live on the land, we must learn from the sea, sings John Denver. Thank you very much. I'm happy to take questions. Very good.
Yay!
So at this time, I'll look for question marks from the judges panel, and then we'll have a minute to hear from them.
Thank you.
Any questions from the judges? It looks like Mike.
Yeah, so thank you. Really interesting. And I would like to understand, what are you going to use the prize money for if you were fortunate to win tonight?
Great question. Thank you, Mike. I would like that money to be used for art design and to get a prototype for the sign. I spoke with Sue Moynihan down at the Cape Cod National Seashore, and she walked me through the process of, you know, how much the signs cost and where they actually get them. So it would be for getting the services of an artist. Shout out to my friend Tim Sweeney, who designed the prototype that you saw tonight, just as an example of what they would look like. One of the main things is that little quick response code that you saw, the little black and white on the slide. And that would link people to the researchers in the area. So they would be different at different parts of the Cape. And it would also allow people to learn more and to help support the researchers.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Excellent. So let's give it up for Limulus Elephanus. Sorry, I just put.
Saying that, Kristen.
Not bad. I didn't even attempt to the scientific name,
Yeah,
Kristen,
like,
so I give you props for
brutal.
that. So we're going to give the judges a couple of minutes to start to write down some of their thoughts, and I am going to tell you a little bit about some of the other things that E4All does here. But the meat and potatoes of what we do is our Business Accelerator program. So this is for anybody who has a business idea, is about to launch a business, or has recently launched a business and is starting to realize, hey, maybe I need to go back and revisit some of the foundational aspects. The number one question I get from people is, well, I haven't actually started anything yet. And that's perfect, because if you have, or if you're not sure, then this is where you can start to test that idea, take it out for a test drive, see if you can run for it. It's 3 months of intensive business classes twice a week. You get teamed up with 3 mentors, and all of this, plus it's free, right? So for the 3 months, you have those intensive classes. You have another 9 months of support with your mentor team and with the E4All staff. And it's at no cost to the entrepreneurs. So we do have applications open right now for our Spring 2022 Accelerator. Those applications are open until noon on January 19th. Classes will start in February and go right up until right before Memorial Day. You can see there is a URL there where you can go and you can find out more. But if you're just not sure, if you just want to know more about the program, if you want to know if you feel like you'd be a fit, if you want to know how it all works, I am absolutely here to help. So you can email me at amanda@e4all.org, and you can ask me anything. And I will give you the answers to things that I don't know, and I'll try to connect you with people smarter than me for the things that I have no clue about. So feel free, reach out if it's something that you think you or someone you know might be interested in, even just exploring and having a conversation, because there's lots of opportunity, and we love to see people succeed and to help them be part of that entrepreneurial journey. So
Hey, Kai, I think we might need to pause for a tech test. So I can see a black screen that says cut that you started screen sharing, but I don't see anything. And so, it looks, maybe if you retry, it looked like it kind of flashed.
Yeah, hang on. Let's give it a go.
Yep.
How's that?
All right. Yep.
The horror when the screen comes back on and it's just a picture of my giant head. All right. So let me go back just to see can you guys see the URL with the Accelerator application?
Yes.
Oh, did I freeze up?
Yeah, it's just slow.
All right. So Oh,
I think Amanda's freezing.
All right.
all right. Well, that was a valiant effort on my part. Email me at amanda@eforall.org if you want more information about the accelerator.
Yeah. Amanda, do you want me to screen share? Let's maybe if you try it one more time and try this next contestant who doesn't work, we'll
All
switch.
right. Sounds good. Amanda and Andrea for Gather Wellness Cape Cod. Did Amanda and Andrea make it in? All right, we'll come back around to them. And let's ask Magdalena to tell us about No Crock About It.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Magdalena Crowley. I am pitching my healthy crockpot meals delivery business called No Crock. I'm doing this because I see a need in our community for healthy and nutritious food that helps people heal and be happy. Whether they are caring for a loved one or dealing with a life event, be it a bereavement, ailing health, or celebrating a joyous moment like welcoming a new baby. It can be even to share a crock meal off the back of your boyfriend's truck hitch, watching a beautiful sunset, or going fishing for the afternoon and you'd like a hot meal to go on a cold day. My crock meals can be enjoyed in its portable, like this Stanley portable crock pot container for up to 16 hours. Or you can buy frozen pre-fit meals to your own crock pot and reheat it at your own convenience. And that's No Crock. Not only do I see a need, but I understand the importance of a healthy community through healthy food. We are seeing a high rate of community health issues like cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and even organ failure, just to name a few.
Halfway.
I've spent years making nourishing meals for myself and loved ones and know how difficult it can be to prep and cook a healthy meal. Some just don't have the time and others don't have the knowledge. All community members can benefit from this meal delivery, but especially the elderly and sick, because these meals can be customized according to dietary restrictions and needs. My plan is to network through my community, local churches, funeral homes, friends, family, basically to locate and help potential customers. Every community has someone going through the specific life event, and many are often looking for a thoughtful way to send a gift. Receiving or sending a nourishing crock pot meal can be that generous gift. I would love to use my prize money to invest in several portable crock pots like this Stanley crock pot. There's many companies out there like Thermos or Yeti. And in getting a deep freeze or to store the pre-made meals and to pay for the necessary licenses that are required for this kind of side part-time supplemental business.
I am.
This crock pot meal delivery.
Lena.
Oh, am I done? Okay, thank you.
Nice job.
Great job.
I'm hungry.
At this time, I'd invite the judges, if you have any questions, we'll have 1 minute of questions from the judges. Like Jane.
Thank you. This was, I think this is a fantastic idea, Magdalena.
Thank you.
I'm wholeheartedly supportive. I'm wondering about your funds in terms of startup and sustaining. How are you going to pay for it, basically, was the one thing that I thought was not clear to me. Thank you.
Thank you. So again, as I reiterated, the startup fund would be to invest in a few of these kind of crock pot portable things. Most people have a crock pot themselves. So whether it's a pre-frozen meal, I just really hope to invest in a few of these portable crock pot containers and to be able to deliver to the customers as need be. And again, you always have a friend or someone that you know that's just, you know, gotten the flu or is dealing with some illness in the neighborhood who will contact you to say, let's get together and send them some. There's often people in the neighborhood who want to start a meal train, but they themselves don't have the time to do it.
So are you for profit? Are you for profit or a nonprofit? And where do you get the startup funds for the food?
That's a great question. I'm still trying to figure that out. I'm still researching for nonprofits on whether you can acquire a federal stipend. I've recently joined up with my community garden, so I have a way to grow my own food if need be. But I would love to try to work through food pantries and other organizations. There's even the Meals on Wheels that could maybe incorporate something like this in terms of a partnership.
That is time. Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll kick it over to
Great
Kai
job.
to your screen.
So I talked a little bit about the Accelerator program and sending people to us who are entrepreneurs who want to learn more. But a key ingredient to this program is also our volunteer mentors. So we'll accept up to 15 entrepreneurs in the program, and each entrepreneur is assigned a team of 3 mentors. And these are folks who are just there to be along for the ride. They're there as a sounding board. They're there to offer any technical expertise that they may have. Sometimes they're just there to be a support and to be someone to say the words out loud to and to put their ideas out into the world. So we are also recruiting for mentors. It's a time commitment of 90 minutes a week. And I will tell you that our folks who have done this have said that it is a hugely personally rewarding process to be part of watching someone take an idea from its infancy, start to gain some confidence and learn, and then actually take a crack at executing and launching. So if you're interested in participating, we'd love to talk to you a little bit more about what it is to be a mentor with E4All. If you're interested in the program, but that sounds like a little bit more than you're ready to start with, we have lots of other volunteer opportunities as well. People we have our timers who help at events. We have folks who help us interview our entrepreneurs to see if they would be a good fit for it. Reading is a great place. We have a whole bunch of volunteer readers who read the applications of our contestants tonight and helped us select who was going to actually compete tonight. So lots of opportunities, and we invite you to be part of this community. Kristen and I are a 2-woman team in terms of staff members, but we are absolutely supported by a huge community of people who simply want to give back, and who often say, man, I wish there was something like this when I was starting out, and are looking to be part of making that happen on Cape Cod and helping us build sustainable economic communities. So holler at us if you're interested. But at this time, I'd like to invite Diane and Kristen of Momentum Wellness to take the stage.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having us. I'm Diane Freer. I am a nurse practitioner, and I work in the community helping people who have mental health concerns. This is my daughter, Kristen. She is a speech language pathologist and serves people who are recovering from traumatic brain injury or strokes. Our pitch for Momentum Wellness will address the gaps in care that we see in the community, especially since the beginning of the pandemic. People who struggle with chronic illness have difficulty staying connected to their providers and services, finding it difficult to navigate the system. They frequently fall through the cracks, and they're unable to just make one more phone call. We will be using models such as lifestyle medicine and social pillars of health for guidelines for our healthcare center. And many people who will start out at Momentum Wellness will be at first getting, maybe individual services from clinicians such as myself or physical therapists, or maybe even a nutrition consult. And during that time, they will get exposed to a supportive community of health education and fitness classes, yoga, meditation, maybe even cooking classes. And these actions will help people start to manage their own care and as well as enjoying their health.
So Momentum Wellness will essentially provide a safety net for those dealing with chronic illness or anyone who's looking to take an active role in improving their lifestyle and getting more healthy. To get the word out, we plan on preparing informational packets and sending them to doctors' offices or to medical centers. We also plan on having a health fair several times a year that we could hold at some of the Osterville Village days. She has a private practice she's opening up in Osterville, so we're trying to use that location to network. As far as finance
time.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, guys. And so now I'll set the clock for 1 minute, and I'll ask the judges to come in with questions that you might have. Ellen.
Hi. This is a really cool idea, and I like the kind of the focus on client independence and education. Can you talk a little bit about what you would use the prize money for specifically?
It would be to purchase classroom type materials and, chairs and tables for groups and classroom activities.
And I think starting out with therapy, buying therapy materials or assessment materials for the clinician provider services as well.
Awesome. I don't know if there's another question. I do have another one unless somebody else has already chimed in, Kristen.
You got it, Ellen.
Oh, sweet. My other question was kind of about your model. Are you planning on being like a connection service to connect people to those physical therapists? I know you guys are both clinicians. Or is it more like you guys will have a specific set of practitioners that you're working with as a team?
Both. Both.
Yeah.
So we hope to have like a case manager available that knows the community and can get people where they need to go for specialized help if we don't offer it.
But we do plan to have PT and OT and speech in-house. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is time.
Great job. Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry, guys.
The timer is the toughest job in this entire thing. So while our judges are starting to write down some of their notes, I want to tell you about something else that we have coming up, which is on December 6th. If all goes well and there are no COVID developments, we will be doing one of these in person at Cape Cod Beer. So the difference between this one and the one at Cape Cod Beer is that this one is an all ideas pitch contest. So there's no theme. So if you're out there in the audience and either you have a brilliant idea or you know someone brilliant and you think that they could benefit from saying their idea out loud, throwing it out to the universe to see if anything comes of it, and potentially winning some prize money to start launching it, please encourage them to either apply or to contact me and I'll walk them through the process. Deadline is November 26th, so right up until about Thanksgiving time. And as I said, these contestants can tell you, I will walk people through the whole process, exactly what to expect, and some tips and tricks on how to do a pitch if they've never done it before. So they've got nothing to lose and plenty of opportunity to actually win some cash. So feel free. Either have them go to eforall.org to fill out an application or have them email me at amanda@eforall.org and I will help them get started. And now I am going to invite Rodrigo and or Jeff to talk to us about the home care provider app. The floor is yours.
Hello, everyone. Can I get my first slide? So when it comes to hiring in-home elder care, most families only have two choices, either to hire an agency or to hire private caregivers. And there are many reasons to hire an agency, with the top ones being structured service and reliable shift coverage. But the cost of hiring an agency is usually more than double the cost of hiring private caregivers. On the other hand, being a private caregiver working with other caregivers can also be challenged due to the lack of structure and poor communication among the caregivers themselves and the patient's family. And in there lies the problem that we seek to solve, which is how can we help private caregivers deliver agency level service to their patient? Next slide, please. In a nutshell, our app is a patient management tool that allows users to collaborate within those patients, managing schedules, completing tasks, and request shift coverage to ensure that patients never goes without care. Our target customers is a private caregiver that works in different patients and different teams, but we also see families using the app to manage their relatives' case, inviting caregivers to work within the patient. And Cape Cod is the perfect testing ground for this due to the growing numbers of both in-home seniors and private caregivers. We plan to charge $10 per month per created patient, meaning that the user that creates the patient pays for it. Other than that, invited users can work on any created patient for free, and we see this revenue model as a powerful way to foster adoption while costing us less than 50 cents per month per patient at the highest app usage volume. The research and development for both the app and the cloud services is being done by me and my partner Jefferson, but we have immediate needs in 3 areas where we plan to use the prize money. 1 is brand development, 2, legal and tax help, or 3, 6 months worth of free access to 500 early adopters. And I want to close by saying that for the past 10 plus years, Jefferson and I have been building apps and services like that for multiple clients before coming together on this project. And I've personally spent my first 6 years here in the US as a caregiver myself before coming back to tech. So I want to thank you for your time, and I'll be happy to answer any questions.
Yay!
All right, so at this time, I'll ask the judges for any questions that you might have. Mike.
Rodrigo, that was an excellent presentation. And I love when you talked about your story being a caregiver for your first 6 years, I think here in the US you mentioned. So have you tested this app with other caregivers now that you're in tech, and what are they thinking about this app and how it will help them?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yes, because of my prior connections, like we had a chance to interview over dozens of not only caregivers but families too. I had some previous connections to families that I helped work in the case, and some other caregivers kind of reach out to their family's patient to asking them if I could come and interview them, and we got great feedback. They really need that. Some common confusion people have is that, oh, is this a marketplace? And I tell them, like, no, this is more like a project management tool where people manage patient cases. So like people are on top of the schedule, shift tasks, and most important, like check-ins and check-outs. So, the caregivers can know when people are showing up or when they're not showing up.
Thank you, very helpful.
Thanks, Rodrigo. Let's give it up for Rodrigo.
Woo!
Thank you.
Good job, Rodrigo.
Very good.
Yay.
I've never felt so slow in my life as when I'm trying to relaunch the presentation. So thank you for bearing with me, guys. I swear I'm moving as fast as my little fingers can fly. So I wanted to talk a little bit about who are some of the folks that we see come through this program. So you can read about all of these guys on the E4All website, them and more. But we have some alums who we are pretty damn proud of. So we have Melissa Jankowski, who I'm not going to put on the spot unless she wants to be put on the spot. But Melissa, along with her husband, is the founder of the Buttercup Cafe, a friendly little breakfast and lunch place in the heart of Barnstable Village for all the hungry villagers. They offer all kinds of your familiar favorites along with some of their specialties. They have brioche French toast. They have Bessie the bakery case that always has something delicious and insanely good looking in it. And she actually launched in September of 2020 during the midst of the pandemic. And they have done an amazing job. And it is a cheerful little place, and you should absolutely go check it out if you're in Barnstable Village. We also have Fitzroy. So Fitzroy came to us and he was power washing houses, and he said, this business is not going to work. Nobody will pay me for what I do. And during the course of the Accelerator, he started to recognize how amazing and unique he was in that he offered ecologically friendly power washing that would clean people's houses without killing their shrubbery. And he has a great business also cleaning solar panels to provide peak efficiency for people who are using solar power. And he is busier than a one-armed wallpaper hanger, and we love to see it. We also have Lainey, who started up Seaside Bridal Couture. She is on West Main Street in Hyannis. She just opened her showroom. She used her personal savings. She was an employee at a very well-known bridal store on Cape Cod for 8 years. She was well loved and had a huge following of people. And that bridal store closed abruptly. And Lainey took full advantage of what could have been a challenge for someone, but for her, she saw as an opportunity. She used her personal savings. She bought her inventory of from the closing store and opened her own full-size bridal boutique, including on-site alterations. And 1 year out from the program, she finished about a year ago, she has almost met all of her sales projections. So we're super proud of these guys and our other alumni. Examples of people who came in at the idea stage of their business or early stages of their business, really fleshed out the idea as they were, working their way through the Accelerator, and have been able to find some success through their hard work and their initiative. So just want to share some success stories because makes our hearts happy to see people who are growing into their confidence and growing into their potential. So go check them out. And with that, I would like to invite Michelle from Nourish Your Inner Glow to join us and take the stage.
Hi, I'm here. I just can't see myself. I don't know if you guys can see me.
We can see you.
Oh, great. Hi. Okay. My name is Michelle Itzkowitz, and I own Inner Glow Yoga Studios, Cape Cod Yoga School. And our newest edition, Nourish Your Inner Glow, we're based in Mashpee. I say we, it's me, myself, and I, but I do have a wonderful team and a wonderful staff. So thank you for having me tonight. I'm here for assistance and guidance in our latest endeavor, Nourish Your Inner Glow. But what exactly is that? What does all of this mean? When you think of the word nourish, you think of the word like eating cozy soups and good bread and taking really good care of yourself, maybe cuddling in a blanket. For sure, it's that time of year, as we can feel from the weather today, right? But when we're doing things that aren't in season, we end up with what's called inflammation. So who's heard of inflammation? I can't see any of you, but I know you're all raising your hand right now. Inflammation means your body is fighting back when you eat something. So I'm going to just say, I love pizza. When I eat pizza, I know a bunch of my friends are out there today, and I say this all the time, I end up with these big puffs under my eyes for days because dairy is not my friend. But I do it anyway because sometimes it's really good, but I do know how to cook it in a way that's more healthful and better for me. So what happens with inflammation is not only this, but we end up, our bodies are sort of fighting back. So we end up kind of fuzzy headed, we end up tired, we end up sometimes with sore joints, achy joints, that kind of thing. And some of these issues could then turn into diabetes, certain types of cancers, and heart disease. So what's the solution? Well, that's why I'm here, and that's what Nourish Your Inner Glow is. Next slide, please, Amanda. So Nourish Your Inner Glow offers plant-based cooking classes. Those are for individuals, for couples, for groups, for corporate, and for families as well. Also personal chef services to all of those same populations, and meal prep and delivery. So I would come to your home, cook a meal either with you or for you, or if you didn't want me in your house, I can cook all of that same food and deliver it to you. Through the studio, I have a built-in community, and that community has a lot of interest. But in addition, I work with 2 organizations, the Wampanoag Tribe. I'm setting up a nutrition program for them, some classes, as well as Well Strong in Falmouth. Over the past few months, this has really grown. So pandemic, yoga in person's down, everyone's cooking, everyone's eating, right? So this is really starting to grow. And as we reopen the studios, I'd like to add in a kitchen. So with my award,
It's time.
yeah, thank you. Thanks so much. I'll take
All right.
questions. Thank you.
Excellent.
Namaste.
All right, so if the judges have questions, if you'll shoot me a question mark and I'll pass it over to you. Any judges have any questions? Jane.
I love your idea, Michelle. I just love it.
Thank you.
I wonder if you did say you were kind of at the early stages of your envisioning this. And I just wonder if you have an idea of what might be your first step and how to get it so that it feeds in with what you're already doing with your yoga studio and start out maybe with a baby step. What's your idea of where you're going to start?
So great question. I've been teaching cooking classes for many years in the community. I've been teaching at Falmouth Community School now on Zoom, but also in person in one of the old family consumer science kitchens at the middle school. In addition, I'm on staff at Highfield Hall and Gardens in Falmouth, and I'm on the culinary staff there. So I'm already reaching out and teaching classes to the public. As far as the other things, through social media and through my community with the yoga studios, mine are in Mashpee and Plymouth. So I have this kind of greater range of on Cape and off Cape. And what I've found is marketing through my own communities, I've been able to pick up clients through there who are having some issues. It sort of goes hand in hand, plant-based cooking and yoga in a sense.
I agree.
And that is time. Sorry, Jane, that's time.
Thank you, Jane. Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, at this time, I'm going to ask everybody, please take a moment and unmute your microphones. So I'm going to tap dance for a second. So you all have a moment to unmute, everybody unmute. And we have heard from all of our contestants tonight. So can we please have some big noise for everybody who is brave enough to get up and do this?
Yeah.
Great job. Congratulations to everyone who is able. Like I said, it takes some boldness to be willing to get up there and put your idea out and throw it up there and see what happens. So congratulations to all of you for even getting this far. So at this point, our judges are going to retire to a breakout room, and they're going to start deliberating some of their choices. And while they're doing that, we're going to have our super secret squirrel fun going on in here. So Kristen, are you and the judges ready to excuse yourselves?
I think so. I'm trying to figure out the prompt. If judges, if you'll take a look at in the bottom, you should see the 4 little squares, breakout rooms, and are you able to hit join?
Yep, I can meet you there.
All right, everyone be real quiet until they leave, and then we'll talk about them.
Like maybe the bottom 4 squares, the breakout room.
All right, so our judges have escaped to start deliberating on their choices for the cash prizes. But I'm going to open this up to the audience, and I am going to ask, has anyone been inspired tonight? Does anybody have an idea that they've been sitting on that they just wish that they had talked about tonight? They have some kind of idea that's great for a healthy community that they just wish they had put out there. because I'm going to let somebody be a wild card if they want to be. Anybody want to be a wild card? It's scary. It's very scary. I'm going to let a nice long awkward pause go to see if anybody actually wants to do that. It's amazing how long 5 seconds is when you're so used to everything happening instantaneously. All right, so we're going to move on. While they're doing that, let me get back into my pretty little presentation and let's talk. So one of the things that is really exciting about these kinds of things is the opportunity to network, right? But that's way harder to do in a virtual environment. And we want to give everybody the opportunity to provide the contestants with some feedback. So if you go to the link that you see here on the screen, you're going to see what looks like a Post-it note for each of the contestants. And you, the audience, can go in and you can add some notes to it. So just like you would on a Facebook feed, you can comment on their little Post-it note, use it for encouragement, use it to give them some ideas. If it's somebody that you want to talk to in the future, you can tell them that you want to talk to them, but go to this little link and you're going to see something pretty cool, lots of fun. I actually have it up on my screen so you can see what it looks like. So if you go in, this is what the Padlet looks like, right? So you can go in and you can say, I really liked some of these, and you can give them a thumbs up. And you can go in and you can say anything you want to. And you can add your notes and people will be able to see it and will be able to get your feedback. So please go in, use this as an opportunity to give positive feedback for people and to encourage people, because ultimately our community is strengthened by the ideas that we encourage and foster. So please go in and take a couple of minutes and share some of your feedback. So I'm going to give you guys about 3 minutes. I'm going to pause the recording again. I'm going to give everybody about 3 minutes so you can go in, so you can type in some thoughts, so you can share some ideas, share some encouragement, and just sort of have an opportunity to interact, even virtually. All right, so hopefully everybody had a chance to put some comments in on the Padlet. I'm going to leave it open for a while. So if you have more to say, you can feel free to go in and visit it later tonight. It'll continue to be open. But there's something very important that we need to do while the judges are away. I hinted at it at the beginning, but you guys need to help us decide who gets some money. Are you guys ready to vote for fan favorite?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go,
All right. Awesome. So what's going to happen is I'm going to put a Zoom poll up and you guys are going to be able to vote on the Zoom poll. It will stay open for about 60 seconds. And then I will display results. And from that, our fan favorite will be awarded. So I'm not going to display the results until the judges come back, though. So you guys are going to have to live in anticipation. Can you handle it? Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Which pitch was your favorite? Choose one.
What is that? Single choice. What is, how I go?
I don't know. You have to scroll probably.
Oh, yeah. Home cap.
All right, keep going. I'm seeing it. It's coming. It's coming. I see the numbers moving. And a reminder to contestants, you can vote for yourselves or others. Which pitch was your favorite? Got a couple more seconds. Couple more seconds to get your vote in. All right. Everybody got it? Everybody's in? Looks like the numbers have stopped moving, so I think everybody's gotten their choices in. All right, I'm going to take a little copy of this. All right, we got it. We're ready. So you guys want to know? You want to know, right? All right, here we go. Can you guys see the results? Our winner of fan favorite.
Yes.
All right. Don't say anything. The judges are coming back. Don't say anything. Don't tell them. Don't tell them yet.
Who was it?
All right. Kristen, are you guys back? Kristen, are you guys back? Are you ready? Can we talk about it? All right, we're going to talk about it. Let's award some money. So our winner of fan favorite, let's get this up here. Hang on. Fan favorite for $500 was Marie McHugh, Blue Blood Save Horseshoe Crab, MD. Congratulations.
I don't know. I'm trying to.
Oh my
I forget what her thing was.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations, Marie. So you won fan favorite.
Here's my mother. This is Claire. I can't believe it. Thank you so much.
Marie, she'd be so proud of you right now.
Oh, I'm just, I don't know what to say.
The crab research.
Thank
Oh, the crab research.
Yeah. So with 31% of the vote, our horseshoe crab won. Kristen, did the judges come to any?
We did. Are we going to do the fancy slides with the confetti?
Sure. Hang on. Let me get my fancy slides.
Oh.
All right. I like the confetti. So I'll pass it over for the third place.
Oh my God.
After this, the third place over to Jane.
Yes, we deliberated long and hard, and for third place for $500, we picked No Crock About It.
Yeah.
No crock.
And we liked this idea. We thought there was a very clear need identified and a lot of flexibility and potential delivery, and that it would really fulfill a community need. So congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And for the second place prize, I'll pass it over to Mike.
Great, thank you. So our second place and $750 goes to Vanguard Skills. We were really impressed and excited about what you're trying to do to create a safe and inclusive space for at-risk students after school. And we thought this was very creative and a segment of the population that is truly at risk pre and post pandemic. So thank you for developing this, and we look forward to seeing your progress on this. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sean.
Yay!
Woo! All right, and so for the first place winner, I'll pass it over to Chris.
Drum roll, please. All right, in a what looked like a near unanimous decision, the winner of first place is Home Care Provider App. We thought, the market segment that you're targeting is a genuine need, especially here on Cape Cod. The solution is spot on. The other judging categories, it was a very well-polished presentation, and we wish you the best of luck getting this to market. And when you're hiring your first DevOps hire, let me know. I will send you my resume after this.
Thank you so much.
Give it up for Rodrigo.
Yay! Congratulations.
Congratulations to all the winners. That is so exciting. And of course, we have to end with our final thought. Kristen, why don't you give us that?
The final thought is E4All is a free program, and we're 100% dependent on the support of donors. So if you know of a great organization or individual that might be interested in supporting our work, we'd love to hear from them. e4all.org/donate. And we were so pleased to see all of these wonderful entrepreneurs tonight. We wish them the best with their ventures, and we hope they take advantage of some of these really wonderful free programs that we offer, including the E4All Accelerator and the E4Ever program, both of which are completely free to entrepreneurs. So spread the word, have folks check us out and join us. So with that, we thank you so much for coming tonight. And any closing thoughts, Amanda?
Just a big thank you to everyone for being here, and a huge congratulations to everyone who competed, because this is scary as hell and you all did it. And I hope that regardless of where you came out on this, I hope that you are incredibly proud of the work that you accomplished tonight. And I hope that you're able to make some connections with some of the folks who are here, and potentially see if there's some opportunities for you to continue to move these ideas forward. And I would love to talk to any and all of you in more detail, but thank you for participating. Thank you for being here. This was a great night. It was great to have all of you here. Really appreciate you all.
Excellent.
Thank you.
So see you all later. I'm going to hit end
I'm
here.
inspired.